Alright, we got this Ramsey winch tensioner here. We're going to unbox this real quick. We got our little tensioner plate that's going to go on here. Got our spring. The bar that's going to go through the spring. I'll show you how to set this up real quick. So this is going to go on the winch like this. Got the little loop here. I'm going to put this little wedge block in that loop just like that. I got some hardware in here. Box out of here. So it's going to go in here just like this. Put these bolts in here. And we'll make sure it's through the loop like that. Make sure it's through the loop like this. So it's going to go on our winch like that. We got some lock washers and some nuts to go on the bottom of them. Let me show you the install. Okay, so here we are looking at the back side of the winch here. So we got our assembly here. We want to put the bolts through these holes right here. So we got our loop like I showed you. Put the bolt through it. It's a little bit of a pain because these are going to hit your winch here. So you got to kind of bend the spring yourself. Load the spring up a little bit to get your bolts in there. So sometimes you'll have just enough to get your lock washer and your nut on there. Just to get it started. Just need enough through there to get it started. I use a hammer to help me. You're going to need a 3/4 wrench, 3/4 socket. I use my impact to tighten this down. And when we put the tensioner plate up here, you're going to need a pry bar to pry these springs up over the top of the bar on the tensioner plate. So we'll get these on here. We'll come in here and tighten these down. Tighten it all the way down so that loop in there is flat against both these surfaces. Kind of smash it in there a little bit, not too much. You don't want to over impact this because this is just cast. You don't want to crack this material, break it. That's enough. Now we'll throw our plate up here. And we'll come in here with our pry bar, and we'll just get under this thing, pry that up on there like so. Same over here. Look out for the camera. And I'll just tap it back on there. There we go. It's on there. Okay, let me show you guys one of the reasons why I'm not a huge fan of Ramsey winches. They're a good winch, but these plates, as you can see, the entire plate fits inside the drum, and it does not fit very well. So this is literally the width of your 3/8 cable, or even more, 1/2 inch or so right there. See, I can fit my entire finger down in there. So this guide that's going to be guiding your cable onto the winch drum here is not even near the width of the drum itself. So when you need your cable to go all the way from the edge of the drum to edge of the drum, this guide is going to make that very difficult for you. So this guide almost keeps you, it makes it very difficult to spool your winch correctly, because as you can see, it fits in here extremely sloppy, and it's already inside the drum, and then you're also having to fight the width of this material, and your cable is against that. So how are you supposed to feed your cable in straight and all the way over here where you then need it to go? And same on the other side. See, and this thing's going to float because, I mean, these arms of the spring will obviously bend a little bit side to side and allow it to float a little bit. But still, you're going to be really fighting it on both sides. Okay? To me, honestly, personal opinion, I hate to say negative things about any company like this, but I do not think this is a very well thought out design. I don't know if they have problems with patents. But let me show you, because I have a worn winch right over here. Let me show you the difference. Okay, here we have a worn winch, Series 9. Okay, check out their tensioner plate. Check out the design of that. See, goes all the way to the edge of the drum. It's not going to be difficult to spool your cable correctly on here. You're not going to be fighting it at all, because there's nothing in here that you're going to fight. It's going to allow your cable to easily walk from side to side to the drum and be against the side completely. So, much better design. See, you can see how their setup is to bolt these little ears on here, holds their spring to here, which is part of the tensioner plate, and this rod runs through there and bolts on here. Okay, much better design. You're not going to be fighting it. Okay, let's take a look at the Ramsey. See that? Look at this gap. That's going to be a pain to try to spool your cable all the way over there. And every time you do get it over there, and then you have to come back and wrap over it again, it's a nightmare. It's just a horrible design. So I suggest going with a worn winch for many other reasons besides just this roller guide that I don't like on the Ramseys. The worns are much easier to work on, much easier to move around. They don't weigh as much. I feel like they're much easier to handle. You have the Ramseys are much bigger, much more awkward, much bulkier. I just don't like the design as much. I've had to rebuild a bunch of Warns, and I just feel like they're much easier to work on. I've had to rebuild these too, and I don't enjoy it. Yeah, so if you guys like this video, like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. Appreciate it, guys. Tools using this video: my Snap-on impact, Snap-on pry bar, Snap-on dead blow hammer, 3/4 wrench and socket. Let's see, which one is this? I believe it's the, can't remember what model this is. The MG725 half-inch drive. So, have a good one, guys. Thanks for watching.